are back to the action here in Split, Croatia. It is the second leg of the Rugby Europe Sevens series, Rugby Europe Sevens Championship Series even, 2026. We're returning to the men's competition. It will be starting with Belgium against Ukraine, finishing off with Germany against Great Britain. The full list of fixtures on the screen for you there. As we see once more committee members and politicians from Rugby Europe and the local Croatian authorities soaking up the atmosphere here in Split and enjoying the action for themselves. It's been an action-packed first day as we approach this final block of games. The excitement increases and things just starting to crystallise in terms of the groups and the placings, and some favourites maybe even just starting to show themselves as the tournament progresses. As we see more shots of the local politicians being involved here. Obviously Croatia trying to use the opportunity of hosting such high class tournaments to grow the game here. After working in some development projects in Germany myself, I know the importance of getting attention to the big game, and having a tournament of this quality on Croatian soil will be doing them a world of good. And as we see here with the graphic on the screen right now, the temperature is starting to drop just slightly. We're still in the high 20s, but just starting to cool down here a little bit, and a bit more shadow, a little bit more shade for the players to enjoy and recover. It's been draining here in the Croatian sun. And as the temperature cools, the atmosphere heats up, and there's a certain excitement here for the party being organised in the evening. Some big names on the entertainment world, in the Gypsy Kings and Knoldal, and all sorts of offers around the pitch here as well. So it's not just about the rugby here. It's a party environment, it's a family environment, and I'm sure there'll be celebrations into the early hours each night of this tournament. It's a 3-day event. Tomorrow we will see the remaining pool fixtures and the first ranking fixtures. A quick look at the pools as they stand in this men's competition. We are starting in Pool C, where Italy and Belgium share the lead with 1 win each. It's early days, however, so don't count out Czechia or Ukraine. They had a tough start to the day, but anything can happen. France and Georgia in pole position in Pool B, both getting early wins as well, and Germany and GB doing the same in Pool A. It's all to be played for here in Split. Just 5 minutes out from kickoff here. I'm going to take the opportunity just to sort my notes briefly, and we will be back when I will be joined by Andy Knight, our resident expert, for the remaining fixtures of day 1. Back in just 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, and we're back. Here we see the Belgian squad, coached by Jeffrey Ian Williams. Fantastic name if I don't say so myself. So some real stars there on that side. Ryan Godsmark, Gaspard Lally, Erwin Murik having a real impact on this tournament as well already, with his not insignificant mass. And Ukraine, we saw them struggle to really get into their stride. Sivak with a couple of loose losses of the ball, but he's a quality player. He will set up opportunities for his teammate. He's the playmaker, so watch out for him, while guys like Davidov look to finish. A very spirited side, these Ukrainians. They don't give up, you can't get rid of them. So Belgium with their work cut out, despite the slight advantage after their first win. And my apologies to any Croatians who might be tuned in. That I'm showing my ignorance calling them local politicians. That was in fact the Prime Minister of Croatia, so my apologies there. Obviously the utmost respect towards him, and the fact that he is offering his time to come down and support such a sporting event. And there we see the players in the tunnel. Gaspard Lally will lead out the Belgians. And they take to the field. The men's tournament is back underway. The last block of action for the day. Game one of this final block between Belgium in the classic white kit and the very clearly recognisable Ukraine in the striking yellow with blue shorts. Mathieu Lozano of France will referee the fixture, making sure that everything is played in the fair spirits of rugby. I am joined once more on my left hand side by our resident expert Andy Knight. Andy, what are your thoughts at this time of day?
Yeah, looking forward to this. Again, we talk about Belgium and the women's team moving the ball from side to side. I'm looking forward to seeing the Belgian men's team doing exactly the same, but also for Ukraine to get off the starting blocks. They've no try in their first game where they played Italy, so I'd like to see them really get the ball in Davidov's hands and see if they can do some damage. As we see the kick-off, a great high kick going 10, and they've already managed to recycle the ball. Great start by Ukraine.
Yeah, wasn't it just, Andy, what a kick-off. They couldn't have asked for better, and now they have to hustle, and they do, recycling that ball well. So perfect start for Ukraine. They'll be delighted with that. That'll give them confidence going forward as Davidov attacks Lally and Godsmark, drawing two defenders. But they're not able to get that ball out quickly, so that's given the Belgian defence the opportunity to organise and attack. Sivak putting the kick through, and it just doesn't work for them on this occasion. It's a slightly wasteful usage of that first opportunity.
Yeah, it was, because it didn't quite go as far as they wanted it to. If you saw the pace of the outside player from Ukraine, definitely faster than the Belgian, but unfortunately the ball wasn't quite long enough, so into touch as Belgium get it and move it from one side to the other with, look at Lally just cruising down the outside. Lovely little bit of pace, and again just seeing Belgium moving it from the left hand side 15 metre line to the right hand side 15 metre line and going under the posts for a score.
Yeah, Gaspard Lally scoring tries for fun as usual. He's just a player that I love to watch, the way he runs, the way he moves. He seems to have more time on the ball than anyone else.
Yeah, I love the balanced runner, but he's been put into those positions as well that the passes are going out in front of him. He runs onto it, doesn't need to slow down, doesn't need to change his stride pattern, and if they can keep doing that, he's going to score many more points in this tournament.
Belgium just playing to the other side this time, a little left-footed kick to the left-hand side. Ukraine field it well. Struggling with the accuracy of their passes, but the ball bounces kindly and they're off. That's Davidov again. Left to right, looking for an opportunity, not quite finding one there. Marina with a good little tackle round the ankles, and that's given Belgium the opportunity to maintain, to regain possession, and they do so. They have a penalty and they're able to move again, straight back into attack after taking an early lead here. Godsmark, scissors play with Lally, who is driven backwards and onto his back in a heavy collision, but does come out with a penalty, Andy.
Yeah, good defence there. Unfortunately, the Ukrainian player didn't roll away, didn't give the opportunity for the ball to be presented, but great tackle, great hit, picking Lally up and driving him backwards. But again, we see Belgium there getting the penalty and just tapping and moving it away from contact. I don't think they'll want to get in a power struggle with the Ukrainian team. There's some big, strong boys in there. They'll want to move them a little bit, tire them out, and create those gaps for the likes of Godsmark and Lally to run through as they get a nice little scrum on the 15-metre channel. This could be a good opportunity to break down the right-hand side on a 2v1.
Yeah, it's a great attacking platform, isn't it? And they do try exactly that play, but Ukraine were wide awake to that. However, coming back on this wide left-hand side now, Belgium finding loads of space to run into. Ukrainian defence covering well there, Andy?
Yeah, good. They've got a good flat structure there. They're not pushing up too hard and fast. They're just trying to stick together from what we see, but they're working hard as we're seeing the number 2 there. Another Davidov working across a little bit. However, not quite strong enough to stop the power from Vincent Hart to go over.
Yeah, good play from Belgium. Like we were just talking about the Ukrainian defence, and it did look to be holding up well, but one missed tackle is all it took there for Belgium to get the momentum going. And once they do get the momentum going, they're going to be a tough team to stop. So Vincent Hart it was with a try, and Hart wanting to take the conversion. Slightly frustrated with the Ukrainian players taking the time to leave the 22. I think he'd have been better just to keep his concentration there. The kick was a good one, but it's not been successful.
Yeah, from a Ukraine point of view here, I'd like to see them just push up. They're pushing together at the moment, but they need to be pushing up a little harder and faster. They don't necessarily need to fly up, but certainly a little bit more speed if they want to try and break down this Belgian attack, as Belgium win the ball back from the kickoff and move it up this right-hand side once more to Lally.
Yeah, that was Lally rising and slapping the ball back expertly from the kickoff. He's riding tackles there. He's a long old man, long limbs. I don't mean that to be disrespectful in any way, because you know how much I respect the man. But just riding those challenges well. Marina now on the left-hand side. And Hart has a taste for tries, and he's got a second.
Yeah, that was good speed from Hart there, just to pick and go down that short side. It's looking like the Ukraine player just tried to pick him up a little bit, and friendly fire there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to telling Gaspard Lally that you think that he's a long old man. I'm sure that he'll thank you for that.
Andy, you're taking it all out of context.
But yeah, back to the game, and yeah, really well played after Lally set the ball up there. They moved the ball to that far side. Just lovely passes. Everything's in front at the moment. This is more like the Belgium that we've seen in previous years. They're moving that ball nice and wide. Passes are out in front. They're running onto it. They look comfortable. When they had to take contact, they're there quickly to the breakdown. And on that occasion, Vincent Hart was there. Nice quick pick and go, and into the corner he went. So that's 19-0 up for Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium just starting to kind of tighten the grip on the fixture, aren't they? They're following up successes with successes. And as I say that, maybe that's a commentator's curse once more, because they've misfired that kickoff, and that'll give Ukraine a little opportunity as the buzzer has sounded, but they'll have the opportunity to maybe get some points on the board before half time, and that would bring them right back into the game.
Yeah, they need Sivak to get into this game and get some control on it. They've not really had control of the ball yet, and this is an opportunity to hold on to that ball for as long as they can and try and get some points on the board and get, as you say, back into the game as they win another penalty.
And as you can hear once more, the Ukrainian support from the stands in fine fettle getting behind their team. It'll be Sivak to feed the scrum. And this will be the last act of the first half, barring any penalties.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to really have a go at the midfield and then out to the wide channels here for Ukraine, but Sivak's decided to go down the near side.
Yeah, and getting put under real pressure there by the Belgian defence, almost coughing it up, and indeed the pressure is continued through that counter ruck, and it will be a penalty to Belgium, so they may indeed try to extend their lead before the half time. Or what would you do, Andy? 8.5 minutes played, get the ball off the park?
I personally would get the ball off the park. I think that they've done enough just now. They don't need the points so much at the moment. They can get it later, but if they're in confident mood, which they obviously are, then they can have a run and try and put another score on the board. But they are used to playing a lot of extra time, aren't they? We remember that from Hamburg, don't we?
No, absolutely. You're referencing that quarter-final, I think it was, against Portugal. That game available in full length on YouTube from Rugby Europe, so have a look at that if you like drama.
You might need a few new megabytes if you're going to download it, though, because it was a long game. But Belgium on the ball now, just attacking down the wide channels once more. That's a lovely little bosh, wasn't it? Just dropped the shoulder.
Yeah, that was a huge fend from Megrelidze, the big number one for Belgium. Qualifying for Belgium through residence and having a real positive impact on this setup. It's good to have a balance of strength and speed in your team, and he certainly helps balance things out. As we see Vincent Hart attempting to add the extras, which he does. So that is a lovely kick from a challenging position, Andy. And Belgium taking full control of this fixture with a 4-try lead going into half-time, 26 points to 0.
Yeah, that was a long old half there. It was about 9 minutes and 50 seconds by the time the try was scored. We're at 10 minutes already, but Belgium obviously choosing the right option to decide to tap and go and try and play out to get another score. They're wanting to be top of this group by the looks of it, so they'll have a big game against Italy coming up tomorrow, but they are certainly going in the right direction if they're wanting to ensure they have lots of points on the board. And that kick definitely helps. With this wind dying down a little bit, kicks with the wind a lot easier than kicks into the wind, that's for sure. So it's a good way, as we say, going into half time at 26-0 up. Belgium will be quite happy with that. Ukraine will probably be looking to try and get that ball off them and just a little bit more pressure on the attack to try and win some turnovers, because they have some power in there. They have some power that can certainly win ball. We referenced Davidov, Yevhen Davidov, the number 7, rather than Yaroslav Davidov, the number 2. He's certainly made a lot of damage through the tournaments. We will have to find out if they're brothers, Ian.
Absolutely, that's a question I've been asking myself all day. I've not had an opportunity to approach any of the squad yet, but they look very similar from stature. I would suspect they are. And you were highlighting number 7, Yevhen Davidov. Well, I've seen Yaroslav as well getting through a whole lot of work out there.
Don't get me wrong, Ian, I would have either of them in my team. I think they're both very good players, so I'm just more of a fan Yevon. But let's see how they both play as we see the Belgian team getting ready to kick off. I think it's Vincent Hart, is it, again, with the kick off. Let's see if he can get some height in this ball.
Yeah, Vincent Hart it is to get us underway. It's a good looking kick, just landing in field before it bounces into touch. So it'll be a line out rather than a tap in the middle. That was well judged by Belgium. Oh no, indeed, it was on the line. A late call coming from the linesman there. And it will be the tap for Ukraine. So that gives them a little opportunity here. If they can get points on the board early doors, they could mount a comeback here. Let's not count them out. And they charge into God's mark. He's seen that done before and is able to just rip the ball out. He doesn't mind losing the meters if he wins the ball. Out to the wing. Belgium recycling really quickly within a second of the contact, and they spread the ball back to the other side with Marini. Again recycling well, distributing nicely but through God's mark. Vincent Hart. God's mark once more, getting a second touch on that. Oh, moving it on beautifully, and they'd created the opportunity to strike with a little 3-on-2 on the outside channel, and that's just the moment where the error, an unforced error it has to be said, creeps in. Not a huge issue with a 26-0 lead, but these are the kind of errors you don't want to let creep into your game. And now we see God's mark leave the field. Muric comes in, or Muric, and he joins the scrum, and we see Marini in the centre. Gaspard Lally has also been replaced. That happened already in the half-time. I just forgot to mention it.
Yeah, I think the coaches are just giving some players a bit of rest and some others a bit of game time here. I think they know the game is won, but at the same time they still want to keep some continuity. If they're looking to score points and really get high up there, then they want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, everyone's got the same time. As we look at that defence structure from Belgium, very flat and still going in and really pressuring the Ukraine attack. As you can see, they're not very deep. Look how deep they are.
That is Davidov, that's your man, Andy. You called him number 7. Getting a good little break there to put some momentum into the Ukrainian attack. Into the middle of the field and back to the left. That's the other Davidov we were talking about, number 2. Oh, and just unfortunately it gets all a little bit messy in there as Belgium just really holding them up in the tackle there. That was great defensive work. And Ukraine once more just disappointed when things were starting to look promising. One more change for you I'm seeing here for Belgium. We've got the number 2, Ekendal, Lindberg Ekendal, taken to the field. And I think it's a big number 1, I mentioned him before, Megrelidze, who leaves the field. Ukraine making changes of their own. Puchkov for number 2, Davidov. So Puchkov is the player who's just taken to the field. Davidov getting a break. That was Yaroslav Davidov who left the pitch. We still have Yevon Davidov on the pitch. And Marini now with the ball. A beautifully balanced runner. Just with a little step and trying to threaten the line, and Belgium now coming away with space on the left-hand side, but being shepherded into touch by Yevon Davidov. The big man proving his value with and without the ball in this fixture.
Yeah, a good little break down this side from Belgium, but great cover defence from the Ukraine players there to stop them going any further. I would like to have seen the pass go in, or let them hold it up a little bit earlier. But they're obviously getting to that stage where they know they've won the game, but they just want to have a go as much as they can. And as we said about changes, lots of changes happening, so that does upset the balance a little bit sometimes, as we see another couple of changes coming into play. Benjamin Ruddock coming on into that first receiver role, and he replaces the kicker for this part of the game, Vincent Hart, as we're just waiting for an injury to be seen to.
Yeah, we've got an injured player and back play. It is a Ukrainian down. I can see blue shorts and a yellow top. Not really sure who it is. I can't see much more than that, but he's moving legs, he's moving arms. It's not a pleasant injury, but it is also not the most serious, as we can see him moving quite well while he's getting his treatment. I'm sure they'll be taking all the precautions. Player welfare is crucial and ever more in the spotlight in the professional game. We see Sivak, I think, will return to proceedings. And there's been a splint applied to the injured player, so that looks like a break to me. Otherwise there's no need to brace the arm, so best of wishes to him. No one likes to see such injuries happening, especially on day one when you've got a whole tournament ahead of you, so best of luck to him. And Ukraine come away attacking from deep, looking to find some space in the wide channels, and that's Davidov once more. Your man Andy. And Sivak once more, just organising his troops.
Yeah, they're just moving the ball a little bit wider. This kick coming in with the wind, and it's a lovely kick, good bit of distance on it. The wind helping it down to the 22, puts them in a strong attacking position. Let's hope they can launch something from here. I would like to see them score, get off the null, sorry. With Sivak throwing in once more. They've got some good height in this line out now.
Yeah, like you said, it's unfortunate that they're sitting on nul points. They didn't score in the first fixture and they've not scored yet in this one, and it's not for lack of effort or lack of quality. So let's get behind the Ukrainians here. It'd be great to see a score. Murik just driving them backwards. Sivak sees a little opportunity with a retreating player, attacks him, and that is just enough to disorganise the Belgian defence, momentarily at least. Marini recovers so well. What an energetic young man. Ukraine spreading the ball beautifully into the wide channels, coming with real pace, real intent here, avoiding the touchline and earning a penalty after all that intent.
Yeah, it was a lovely little break. It was much better play from Ukraine there, moving the ball a little bit now, coming onto it at speed. And we're seeing a couple of their players coming out of their shells now. Vicharik with the big red scrum cap on, winning the line out, then winning the ball on the deck, working hard to get to ground, get his knees to the ground, so the Belgian players have to release him. We did see Murik come in with a little bit of a counter ruck, but he had to step away because he'd gone past the back foot. And then they managed to move that ball out into the wide channels, and I thought that Davidov there had a good opportunity to kind of score there, but unfortunately just taken down by the Belgian players as we see the attack coming real power now.
And the Ukrainian fans getting excited again once more, backing their team. It'll be a penalty and not a try. Sivak spreading the ball. This must be a try now. It opens up. It is the try. First of the day for Adaz Unique of Ukraine. Once again, apologies for butchering your name. You're a cracking player, and that's got Ukraine off the mark, not just in this game but in the tournament.
Yeah, you could see that coming. There was a couple of penalties there. They unfortunately just knocked it on over the line there. So went back for the offside penalty that Belgium had given away. And
Belgium, Ukraine 2065.
And Adzigniak had enough power and pace to get over that line, and he had a man to spare outside as well. But well played to him, and let's hope that Sivak can put another high ball up here. They can get underneath it and possibly even add to their score.
Big high kick there from Ukraine. Fielded well by Belgium, so they'll be happy with that one as they spread the ball to the left hand side, attacking the wide channels. And once more, solid Ukrainian defence comes in. That pass a little bit wild, but well dealt with by Murik. And Belgium advancing over the halfway line now, releasing the ball, picking it up and offloading to the oncoming support players. Real intent, breaking tackles willy-nilly. And now coming back to the oceans of space on the left-hand side through Marina and on to Miguel Fajada. Back to Marina, who dots down.
Yeah, that was great continuity, wasn't it, from Belgium there. Great support play. The ball was popped up a few times. There's definitely some tired legs in the Ukraine defence there, but Belgium were on hand to get that ball up in the air and have their players come on and support their teammates for that lovely score for Miguel Fajada, to finish the game off for Belgium.
And some sore bodies after that fixture. We saw some big challenges coming in from both sides, but it's Belgium that edge it, 33-5. And the teams for the next game already taken to the field. It is Czechia against Italy. And this will round up the action in Pool C for day one. Italy looking to follow up a strong tournament in Hamburg with an equally strong one here in Split. But Czechia getting off to the early start with that strong kickoff. But the loose pass giving Italy an opportunity, and they streak away through the middle, charging down over the 22 towards the try line. Italy score first. Simone Gessi getting things underway in this fixture, and just getting Italy's noses in front after barely 40 seconds on the clock. Conversion is a good one. 7-0 with less than a minute played.
LJ, 2 strong wins on day one of Split Sevens, and tomorrow you're facing Italy. I heard you've still got a thing to settle with them.
Yeah, definitely coming back from Dubai in Series 3 in January. We missed out on a chance to beat them in the groups, so definitely a chance to get one back on them, and yeah, just boost our position anyway.
Yeah, last match in Hamburg was a loss to them. Trying to get one over them today, or tomorrow better.
Yeah, gonna be a big recovery tonight, prep, and hit the ground running first thing in the morning and try and hopefully do them over.
How's the heat treating you?
Yeah, pretty good actually. Great, fantastic weather here. The venue is superb, so yeah, everyone's enjoying it. Vibes are good, so can't complain.
Great, it's great seeing you here.
Thank you.
Have a good rest and see you tomorrow, yeah?
Cheers, thank you.
Oh, and just as that interview was taking place, Czechia almost getting a score back of their own. Just falling short on this occasion. Knocking it on 10 metres out from the try line. And some hanky-panky at scrum time means that Italy get the penalty, and they're not wasting any time in exploding off down the touchline, breaking out of tackles and evading tackles and scoring tries. Italy taking control of the fixture with number 2 after 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Real pace there. I think it was Bozzoni with the scrum cap. He got a few tries in Hamburg, and he's continuing that form here in the second leg of the Championship Series. And what a fantastic kick to follow it up as well. With the tightest of angles and on a windy day here in Split. Just bisecting the uprights. And we're off, unfortunately. The picture's not showing you that, but we are underway. Here we are with Bozzoni spreading the ball to the right. Oh, and an evasive run there, but driven back eventually by the Czechia defence, and they turn defence into attack in the blink of an eye. Pilfering that ball and chasing off in attack of their own. Looking to get points on the board. Marachi. Oh, and he's just caught around his ankles and bundled into touch, spilling the ball as he does so. Good defence there from Italy, so they'll be very happy with the way the game started. They've got 2 tries, converted them both, and a little try-saving tackle there as well. It's with the captain, Michael Mba, so that's exactly what you want from your captain, isn't it? Just cutting out the danger in the crucial moments. Back out to the wing now. And Italy building nicely once more. Very effective work at the breakdown. The Czechia players a little bit slow to get back up to their feet, so there must be space somewhere. Italy do attack those players as they just rise again. And up to the 10 metres now, so things going well for Italy. A very controlled start to the game. Barring that one turnover, they've not done much wrong. Oh, a lovely little step and shift, exposing the outside player. Mba stepping back inside, and Mba will go all the way. Mba to get the 3rd try for Italy. Extending the score 19-0 after just over 5 minutes on the clock. So we've got, by the time the conversion's taken, we'll have about 1.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Italy in a commanding position.
Easy job for Francesco, and Italy goes to 21.
So it's 21-0 here in Split. Belgium have gone 2 from 2. Italy will look to do the same. Early days to talk about a victory now, but at 21-0, Italy in full control, showing their quality and experience. Oh, the fairly good read in defence there, but it's left an opportunity for Meraki on the outside here. Meraki stepping back in, and he's made good meters there. Spills the ball, but it's gone backwards. And they recycle well. Meraki again working hard to distribute. And the space on the left, and again they go with a missed pass. Bozzoni rushing up there slightly, creating the opportunity for Czechia on the outside. But he recovers well to make the tackle, forcing the offload. which doesn't go to hand. So just the remaining seconds of the first half left to be played. Italy, like I've said a couple of times, in a commanding position here. There is a player down in backfield. It is an Italian. I think it's number 2. It is the number 2, and that's Curzul, Francesco Curzul, who appears to be getting some treatment on an ankle or foot injury. And just a quick weather update. You might have noticed at home, I'm not sure, but the full pitch is now in the shade. The wind has dropped. So very promising for the remaining men's fixtures today. Almost perfect conditions. Andy mentioned it before as well. The pitch, although it might look a little bit bare in some patches, is actually in top condition. When you walk over it, it's a lovely surface to play on, despite the browning in some parts. And the crowd enjoying the shade that has fallen on the stadium as much as the players. Making both sides of the stadium now an attractive opportunity, whereas before everyone was just scrambling to find the little bit of shadow they could. It's hot work here in Croatia.
Yeah, just to update you on there, it's Francesco Curzul that is down there. There's a nasty leg injury by the looks of things. He does look to be in a little bit of pain. I think we'll be hanging around for a little moment or two. This could be a stretcher job, so we'll just have to wait patiently whilst they deal with him. Hopefully it's not the end of his tournament, but time will tell on that front. But as you were saying about the pitch, it's in not bad condition at all in this little stadium, which fits the numbers that we have just nicely at the moment. As you say, now it's gone into a bit of shade. It's a bit cooler for the players. They'll find things a lot easier, as will the officials as well. It'll be hard work for them. We've got to remember that they put a good deal of effort into this as well. They end up running, sweating, and there are a few injuries from time to time with them, as we've seen before. But so far I think they've done a great job.
I couldn't agree more. And honestly, that goes for everyone involved in this event. It's the first year that Split has hosted a tournament of such a calibre, and from officials to the Croatian Union to the production team and everyone involved, there's volunteers all over the place. Highest of praise, Andy, to everyone involved in making this such a successful event.
We'll need to wait a little bit more. The ambulance is coming now. Dobbiamo aspettare un po' che venga l'ambulanza ancora. Sì, l'ambulanza.
Yeah, so just to give you a little update, if you're at home there, the medical team are now coming on with the stretcher just now. Unfortunately, it does look a little serious for Francesco there. So hopefully it won't be too serious, but this is more precautionary, that they're going to put him up on the stretcher to get him off. But that's not great for a player of his calibre as well. He'll not want to finish off this way. But I'm guessing safety first, that's the main thing. Make sure that he's alright. Get him wrapped up. Get his leg to where it should be. Right positions, and we'll move on from there. But unfortunately, because he is on the field, we will have to stop play for the 15 seconds that are left, 17 seconds that are left in this game. And Italy are currently 21-0 up at the moment, as we see some pictures of the crowd just enjoying themselves. And now we're just seeing a few highlights for the Italian tries there, making it look easy, but certainly not easy for them. They've had to work hard for them. This Czechia team not making life easy. And hopefully the players won't be too disrupted with the time that we've had to take off here. You can see them all moving around, keeping warm. The bench in front of us are all keeping warm, getting a bit of movement in there. I'm sure the strength and conditioning guys are talking to them, telling them the right things to do. But for the moment, unfortunately, Francesco Cruzzo will be getting lifted onto the stretcher and taken off.
All the best to Italy #2, Francesco Cruzzo. Get well soon.
Guys, we'll just wait for him to get outside, just in case the ball goes.
And the injured player is escorted from proceedings. Wishing him all the best, as ever. Injuries are part of the game. We try to keep them to a minimum with smart rules and preventative training. But they are part of the game. Once more, wishing him a speedy recovery and Italy off the races from deep within their half, looking to end the first half on a high. And it's a yellow card for Czechia, so things going back from bad to worse for them. Down to 6 players for 2 minutes.
Italy 2 minutes with 1 man.
And they look to use that advantage straight away, exposing an edge before cutting back inside and recycling well once more. Czechia trying to put on the pressure in the midfield to prevent Italy from taking advantage of the man advantage, but they do charge up now, approaching the 22 of Czechia, getting the ball free once more. Spirited covering work there from Meraki, and he's won the ball back for his team. It's knocked on by Italy, and we'll go into the half time with the score line of 21 points to 0. And that took up just about almost a full minute, so Italy's advantage of 7 players to 6 will be short-lived in the second half. They will start the half with a player extra, and after about a minute of play we'll see Czechia getting back to their full complement. Andy, what do you make of that first half? Obviously a big break in play there due to an injury, but let's focus on the rugby that was played. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it was a bit stop-start. I mean, obviously Italy going ahead with their 21 points there, looked to be almost cruising and in control, but it became a little bit scrappy, and obviously that big break in play is not helpful for anybody, but it's good to see Czechia coming back into it there. I think you said it was Meraki just chasing back to make that tackle and force the turnover. So that's good to see them getting back into the game. It feels to me that Czechia haven't really been in the game. They don't seem to be coming out of their shell for some reason, and is that because Italy are just overpowering them? I'm not really sure, because it doesn't seem to me that Italy are playing fantastic rugby, they're just playing good rugby.
So just about to get back to the action here. Both teams had their briefings from coaches and captains. As they prepare themselves for 7 more minutes of rugby sevens. The highest speed variation of rugby. The Olympic variation of rugby here in Split, Croatia. Big high kick falling down on Czechia and being spilled. Bozzoni in for the try. Bozzoni stretching the lead for Italy.
Yeah, good opportunist try there, wasn't he? Just followed up, and unfortunately that ball was bouncing unkindly for Czechia, sorry. And Bozzoni was there just to nudge it with his foot, pounced on the ball, and dot it down for the first try of this second half.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that looks easy, but when you're travelling at that kind of speed to control a rugby ball with your foot that can go anywhere is a real skill in itself.
26, Czechia 0.
Thank you.
Time is back on. And a good high kick once more, and Italy do regain. It was a good tap back from Czechia, but Italy smart enough to advance beyond the play and regather, looking for an opportunity on the blind side.
Leave it. Thank you.
And probing through the middle now, and finding that gap, exploding through the gap. Vrishgela, I think that was, with the scrum cap, your long-rangey man. Using his acceleration to great effect.
Yeah, Italy seem to be walking away with this at the moment. Czechia can't seem to combat anything that Italy are doing. They can't seem to get their hands on the ball or control it for any period of time. Excuse me at the moment, apologies for that. Little technical error. The Czechia really do need to get their hands on the ball and try to have a minute or two of possession to see if they can do something with it.
Yeah, and they're back up to the full complement of players, I believe now. So Czechia 7 against 7, and that's showing instantly as Komarek bursts down the field. Oh, he's wrapped up in a strong challenge, and they're holding him up. What defence! Number 13, Simone Gacy from Italy with that big challenge and then being backed up by his teammates. And I think he scored at the start of the game, and now he's putting in that defensive work. So great effort from him, having a real influence on this game.
Yeah, we talked about the Irish women. In their game, they were chasing right the way back. I think it was Sweden they were playing, and they got right the way back to their own try line, did not want scores against them. And same thing for Italy here. They're 33 points up. They're still working hard to get back. I mean, it was a great break by Komarek with his lovely orange boots there, but just didn't quite have enough gas to go the whole way. But well played to Italy and holding them up and then actually getting the turnover from the maul. And now winning a penalty. And tapping and going quickly down the left-hand side.
Oh, and just coughing it up there as he crosses the halfway line, so Czechia back in possession. Moving the ball into the wide left, cutting back in field. A strong challenge from Mba. On good fast passes, does get the ball into space, but an unforced error. Maybe just getting a little bit ahead of himself. Bednar from Czechia with the error that cost his team possession once more.
Yeah, I think he just took his eye off the ball, didn't he? Just as he was about to catch it, he just looked up and saw some space and his eyes lit up, but unfortunately didn't catch the ball to be able to make the break. And Bednar there will be disappointed, Jakob Bednar, with what he's just done there, handing the ball back to Italy in a prime position to launch once more another strong attack.
Yeah, and anyone just logging in right now for Portugal against Lithuania, obviously because we've had a couple of delays in play here, that will be happening at 8:25, so a slight delay in play here, and then afterwards the fixtures will just follow. So that's a knock-on from Italy. Some substitutions being made in this break in play. Czechia bringing on fresh legs. Adam Koblic, a dangerous player. We've seen him cause all sorts of problems for defences in Hamburg, and he'll be looking to do the same now against Italy. Ndombe Lobby for Italy also on the field now, wearing the number 5. And Czechia just doing well to release the ball on the ground and stand up and play again. The Italian defence holds strong once more. Just frustrating Czechia time and time again. This time they get the offload away. It looks to be a good opportunity. That is your new man. Tries a little chicken wing out the back door pass. To no great effect, unfortunately, on this occasion. Another change. I think that's David Surga taking the field with the number 6, a player I really like. I remember watching him 2 years ago in Hamburg and just being very impressed with the young man. His confidence on the ball and his ability to create something.
Yeah, the last phase of play there by Czechia was really good. They're coming on at speed, their support plays there. They've got the ability to do it, they're just not doing it enough at the moment. And as I said, Italy just well on top at the moment, snuffing things out. And then silly little errors and silly mistakes, even that penalty just being given away for just lying there, allowing Italy to get another attack in. through Ndobe Lobe. And again, once more a penalty. This has got yellow card written on it if they're not close, not careful. Again, good chase back by Koblic that time for the tackle on Ndobe Lobe. As they move the ball, lovely big pass. You could see him working his arms to get that. Oh, very unlucky with a kick through just coming off the referee. The referee apologising to the player there. He just put a lovely little grubber through and the referee just backheeled it up in the air. Unfortunate there. There's a lovely little option there with some space in behind. But it didn't quite come off from on that occasion.
Yeah, no. Nothing wrong with trying it. Like you said, it was unfortunate that it connected with the referee. He can't get his positioning right every time. We'll restart from a scrum, so Italy not losing possession because of that error.
Keep on side, stay on side. Thank you.
And they play out of the scrum nicely, creating a 2-on-1 on the outside, and the grubber kick again for Ndobe Lobe. Ndobe Lobe going for the dive, but spilling the ball in the act of touching down. It's a much more difficult skill than people who haven't played the game may appreciate. Here we see the replay. He gets his hands on it, but under the pressure and with the speed, just unable to control the ball and ground. We have full time. Italy winning the fixture 33-0.
Please welcome to the pitch, Portugal and Lithuania.
And getting straight back to the action here, no respite in Croatia. The lights are on in the stadium as the sun goes down, shedding a beautiful light on the hills. We'll have some nighttime rugby vibes here under the floodlights. Friday night lights, as they say. Portugal against Lithuania. And we're underway. Lithuania playing from right to left in their green kit. Portugal left to right in their maroon with white shorts.
Yeah, both teams lost their opening game, so they'll be looking to make amends in this game. As we see Lithuania attacking out of their own 22, taking it straight to the Portuguese and in their traditional green strip, just trying to move that ball into the wide channels. Found a loose shoulder there. It's a lovely little break, still in that 15 metre channel. It's a great break up there. Thanks Orbonas there. Portuguese player just holding them there on the ground. Lithuania not wanting to stop, they're wanting to keep this moving. Great little offload there from Prylidis. Getting it out to the wing there to Mikalaukas. And again, they're moving it from side to side. This is some lovely passing. Decided to come back against the grain. And unfortunately, the player's not fully set on this side, but Prylidis has the opportunity to go through. And great bit of grit there. Good defence from Portugal though. Not allowing them to get through. Giving away a penalty with the referee playing advantage. And I'm sure he'll go back for the penalty there. Not enough advantage for Lithuania on this occasion. They'll get the opportunity to either set it up or possibly take a scrum to open up each side of the pitch as we go to interview.
Christian, big statement win over Czechia there to end day one of Split. How'd you feel?
We feel pretty good because we are improving ourselves and we are going to show what we are learning from our games, like when we lose, like in Hamburg, because in Hamburg we lost some games that for like maturity, okay, and so we are improving this. We are working for this this side of the team.
So improving from match to match. Third place in Hamburg, does that mean the final is the goal this weekend?
We are looking for doing better than Hamburg. From the field, every match we do, we have to say that we have done better than Hamburg. We think the team thinks that the field is speaking, so we let speak the field.
And it's great to see you speak on the field. Recover well, see you tomorrow, and all the best for the rest of Split, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Some lovely little insights there from the Italian camp. And we're back to the action here. In the meantime, Portugal have seen a player sent to the bin after the relentless pressure from Lithuania, and they bundle over the try line in search of the first score of the game. He looks to have been held up on this occasion, but the referee will consult his in-goal referee, and they are agreed on what we've seen here. It was held up. Lithuania maintain possession, but unsuccessful in the attempt to score. So Portugal down to 6 players. Lithuania applying great pressure, knocking on the door. Oh, but Portugal with a strike against the head. You don't see that all too often. And they're off to the races, streaking down the field. A great little offload, some lovely evasive running as well in there. Oh, and the only thing that can stop him is his own feet as he stumbles over the 10-metre line. Charging down the left-hand side now, keeping the ball alive nicely. Portugal with the strong ball skills that we've seen previously. But crossing is the offence on this occasion. I didn't actually see a tackle actively being blocked there, Andy, but maybe it was a good call.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be too many complaints there from the Portuguese camp, but going back to Hayden Hahn making a break there, the number 13. Yeah, he just tripped over his own feet a little bit. I'd love to have seen him go the whole way there. He had support originally with Durao, the number 7. He was going at speed, but unfortunately neither of them had the legs to get there. But let's talk about the defence from Lithuania. It's a great scramble defence to get back there. Yes, they have a man extra, but at the same time they had to work hard to get back, and they're showing that they're putting every effort in that they can to make sure that their line isn't breached, especially with a 6-man Portugal team.
Oh, Lithuania tapping that one quickly, and they're up. Oh, not from the mark from Prelaitis. Oh, how unlucky, because he looked to be off and away.
Yeah, quite clearly behind the referee. Referee couldn't see that, and it's not the first time that Prelaitis has done that. It's just too excited there. If he'd just taken the time a little bit, it was literally one step to the right, and he would have been having a good opportunity there to go, as we see Diaz coming back on after his 2-minute sin bin. So they're back up to their 7 players. They're in the Lithuania 22, although it is a Lithuania ball. Let's see if they can launch an attack from here.
Portugal off the races in the midfield, tapping the ball on nicely to Kutz. Max Kutz, straight in steps, and goes lateral once more. Costa with a good carry. And the pressure does pay eventually. Portugal, after more than 5 minutes of play, getting the first score of the game.
Yeah, good play from Portugal there. They were a bit patient. Max Kutz stepping back inside, getting the offloads in. They played well. I mean, it's not great rugby at the moment, but it's working, and eventually getting the ball into the hands of Durao. We're early stages, you know. 3/4 of the way through the first half. Neither team's really got a grip on the game properly. It's quite combative, if that's the right word to use.
Yeah, and you talk about coming away from 22 entries with points, and Lithuania had all that pressure to the point that Portugal had players sent off, or sent to the sin bin at least, and they were unable to capitalise on these chances, and that can really just cost you long term.
Yeah, it's energy sapping. You're down there, you don't get any points, and as you've just seen Portugal go up there with 6 men and then get their 7th man and come away with points, so that'll re-energise them a little bit as we see Portugal win the ball back again with a silly little mistake from Lithuania, and Portugal move it into the wide channels once more.
Indeed they do, and they look to be building a good attack there, but penalised in the breakdown, sealing it off. That just prevents the opportunity for a fair contest. So Lithuania with a penalty, and they could well level the game before half time. Pilaidis looking to the touchline. They know they've got a good line out, so they like to use that set piece.
Yeah, they do have a good line out, or usually they have a good line out. However, that kick, it's not even gone 10 metres. They really wanted that to be in the 22, a little bit further. However, let's see if they can win the line out and launch something.
Yeah, launch something is a word. It's a great platform to do so. And the line out goes well, as expected. Pilaidis gets the deep swizzers, looking to switch a point of attack back to the right hand side. That ball's slightly loose, but still in Lithuanian possession, and they maintain continuity. The contest coming in there from Portugal once again, not a fair one. So they've already had one yellow card. They're going to need to watch out as the Lithuanian pressure continues. Deep into the 22 now. Switching the point of attack once more to the right hand side. A good step and a good fend. It takes 2 to bring him down. And Lithuania stay tight, forcing the work from Portugal. And this occasion the jackal is good. He was super quick over the ball. That was Antonio Costa. Technically sound. Portugal come away with the ball. Over 8 minutes played. This is a long, long half of rugby, and that is probably the smart thing to do, just to get the ball off the park while you're in your own 22.
Yeah, I was just laughing there. The Portuguese coach was screaming at the top of his lungs there. Obviously wasn't happy with something. But that was great work from Portugal again. Great defence to hold out Lithuania. You talked earlier about entering the 22 and coming away with points, but Portugal will be happy once again that they kept them out. They didn't let them score. Lithuania will be a bit disappointed, although we saw the likes of Alexanian trying to really power his way over, and Mikalauskas, the two of them really working hard, pumping the legs, trying to drive through the Portuguese defence. But this Portuguese team are a strong team. They've got some ability in there. They've got some strength, and they're not going to let anyone go through there. But I think the Portuguese will come away from that half feeling a little bit better than the Lithuanians. Although second half here, only 1 score up, a little bit of wind at the back. This could be a good opportunity to see these Lithuanian long passes hitting the wide channels again and really stretching that Portuguese defence.
And back to the action here. An exciting fixture. Only 1 try separating the 2 sides. Now that yellow card's still been shown for Portugal, but they are up to a full complement again for quite a long time already. It's 7 against 7 with 7 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's not exactly a high-scoring game, but it is an exciting game. There's been up and down the field here, but that kick-off from the Lithuanians, not going 10. Prilaidis, I think it is, yeah, not going 10 with that one. Just giving the ball straight back to Portugal at the start of this second half.
Yeah, and Portugal look to capitalise as well and extend that lead. To do so early in this half might just take the wind out the sails of this Lithuanian team. They won't go away, but the heads might drop slightly. And Costa once more just keeping control of that ball, not doing anything silly, as Portugal try to mount an attack, coming from deep. Good work in the breakdown, and attacking the fringes to great effect, streaking away. What a great sprint. And it's a try for Portugal. Hayden Hahn extending the lead to 12, and the conversion is good, not wasting any time. You've not been able to see that unfortunately on the pictures, but the conversion was instantly taken, and it's 14 points to 0. So after 1 minute 25 of the second half, Portugal have doubled their lead.
Yeah, some good work there from Portugal, working really hard there to get that ball, or get the hands free. Hayden Hahn just working hard, and just as little, he's got a jinky little step in him, and he's got that acceleration, and on this occasion he managed to go the whole way from the 10-metre line, get through for the dot down, and a quick try. They know that they need to get some tries, as do Lithuania, as we see them break away through Liaukas. Great cover tackle though, throws the ball back, and there's a bit of pinball going on there. Portugal come away with that, some great support play. Now we're seeing some leg drive going in as Max Kutz gets his hands on the ball. He'll accelerate right the way down, and it's end-to-end stuff. Lovely little try from Kutz.
Isn't that just Sevens rugby at its best? Lithuania with that break straight from the first opportunity, and Portugal using the full skill set to reply with a break of their own. You called it pinball, it certainly was. But there were some good little skills on show in there. Running lines, ball handling, footballing skills as well.
Absolutely, both teams doing really well there. And on this occasion, Portugal coming out on top with the score. And unfortunately, the conversion there just hit the post and doesn't go over. But yeah, exciting game. It's 19-0. It feels like it's a bit closer than that. Lithuania are starting to get their hands on the ball a little more, but they do need to finish off some of these moves if they're wanting to progress in this tournament.
Expertly fielded the kickoff from Lithuania. A good lift and a good jump. And they see an opportunity on this blind side. It's definitely there, but you maybe needed to move that ball earlier. Wrapped up by the Portuguese defence. And they're playing their wide game as they love to do. Bursting down the left-hand side. And once more these wide, technically accurate passes. Good footwork as well, just keeping that Portuguese defence on their toes. Kutz struggling to make the tackle, but he does. That scissors was red, but it was a tackle before he engaged in the tackle before the player had caught the ball. It was telegraphed so early.
Yeah, you just saw on the replay there, he just tackled the man without the ball. He pulled out of it, but still caught him, so quite rightly a penalty there. But some good work there from Grigolaitis there, just to put in a bit of footwork and create an opportunity. And this opportunity has given them a penalty and a line out a bit closer to the Portuguese try line. So let's hope that they can win this line out and start to move this ball and really, really attack this Portuguese defence.
Yeah, that's more of this promise that the Lithuanian team has been showing. Unfortunately, it's just not really been bearing fruits this weekend. Or I'm saying this weekend, it's the first day of a 3-day tournament, so it may still click. We'd be delighted to see that. From this passionate Lithuanian outfit. Moving the ball. Again, technical ability very high in this squad. And they come back wide, looking for a gap, looking for a soft shoulder, maybe someone who's just chased too hard in defence. Hands on, but no lift. So the jackal not rewarded. And Lithuania really working well. Building a patient attack. Oh, and maybe he should have played that pass. He's now left a little bit isolated. The counter-ruck comes on. But it is the penalty for Lithuania once more. Attacking the left-hand side, stepping back on the inside and wrong-footing his opponent before he does go into the collision. You can just see the speed of the second support players slowed down from Lithuania, so they're out on their feet there, playing the crossfield kick. It was almost millimetre perfect, but that wind just dragging it slightly too wide, Andy.
Yeah, just too long with the kick. Soto couldn't quite get his hands on it. It was unfortunate there. The ball did go into touch first, but I like the idea. I like the thought that they were trying there, get some width in it, and we see in the replay, couldn't quite get the dive and the ball touching down there. But Lithuania, lovely play up there. You said a little interplay up the left-hand side, little switches here and there, starting to show a little bit of what they can do. But I do like that their passes are long and flat. You know, they've got a good pass on them. They just need to put a little bit extra pace, because what I did see was 4 Portuguese players coming across and to defend 2 players. They were there quickly. Portugal are getting there in numbers. Lithuania just need to be a little quicker, and they might get some purchase in this game.
Yeah, just 1 minute left in the clock, and Portugal do come streaking away once more down the middle of the park with one Lithuanian hot pursuit. Great speed though from Marquez. He wins the race, going the full length of the pitch. That's a 100-metre try, if not slightly more, after they passed into their own in-goal area.
That's not bad. After 13 minutes of rugby, you can still run 100 metres in the best part of 12 seconds with a ball under your hand as well and another man chasing you. Really good work there from Marquez. Very individual in the end, but well worked at the start by the Portuguese to get the ball into his hands, and we're just seeing on the film there the finishing off. He did very much finished off what someone else had started at the other end of the field, as we see the 2 points going over.
Yeah, Portugal will be really happy with this because they didn't have it all their own way. It took 5 minutes for us to see a try in this fixture. And a 4-try lead is more than enough. That is full time. Portugal victorious against Lithuania. And we'll progress in Pool B with France against Georgia. That coming up now.
Welcome to the pitch.
And the players take to the field. Georgia against France. Georgia in their home kit, so to speak. France in theirs as well, as we read the players taking part in this match. 2 strong squads with a mix of experience and youth. Georgia topping their group in Hamburg. France topping the tournament in Hamburg. So 2 quality outfits prepare to take battle. Excuse me, Germany topping the tournament in Hamburg. obviously against France. That's France making it to the final in that competition. They'll look to repeat that here.
That was a great take from Mazeres there, just going up there for the kick and just launching himself high in the air. He looks like a tall guy, certainly 2 meters, and that's what you need if you're going to try and get onto those kicks, that's for sure. But France already showing their power and ascendancy at the very start of this game and forcing Georgia into 2 early penalty mistakes.
Yeah, early pressure here for France. Good opportunity. They've set up with a 3-3 split. And just a casual tap and distribute. And Merlin Leflamont. Oh, unfortunately that pass just not finding hands.
Well played by Georgia though, just to pounce on that to get the go forward. Unfortunately, that last pass not going to hand, as I think it's Perez has taken off, moved the ball into the hands of the big powerful runner. And look how quickly moved that ball into this wide channel. Georgia having to work hard to get back and onside in defence as we see France moving that ball out. Through Perez and back again up the near side. Lovely out the back, little flick. Oh, did he put his foot in touch? It's saying no to it. They're saying no to it. It looks like Kera Karaba going over for a score.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see that replay, the way he flirted with the touchline on his tippy toes. He did stay in. It was excellent. It was right in front of us here. Some effort from the boy.
Yeah, we're in a good position to see there, but we weren't as close as the assistant referee was, and she decided it's a no-go. A few of the Georgia boys looking there to see what it was, but at the end of the day, it was a score has been given as we go to interview.
Hayden, mixed bag today, 1 win, 1 loss. Spirited Georgian side you had to play against, but now good win against Lithuania. After 5th place in Hamburg, what are you looking for here in Split?
Yeah, obviously we started sleepy. It's not what we wanted. We can put more energy into this game. And 5th again, last tournament was not good enough for us. We want to be in top 3 every time, so this goal was at least top 3.
Sounds good. I mean, you've got the pleasure of playing in the dark in the evening under the lights here. Today it was a bit hot during lunchtime. How did that have an effect on you in the first match?
Yeah, I think it did a little bit, but yeah, we were just asleep in general, just the whole mentality. In the first match, doesn't matter the weather, it was just mentality. We came in this time, bring more energy, and I think it really helped our warm-up. We were on. Still, we got a lot more to go, but it's a stepping stone and in the right place.
Well, then you go and get some sleep, France, tomorrow. Bright and awake in the morning, yeah?
Cheers, man.
Have a good one. Have a good race there.
Perfect, thank you.
And we're back to the action here with Georgia in possession. It's a 5-point deficit for Georgia, but they have the ball and they have the pressure, have the territory.
Yeah, Georgia in a good position here just to really have a go at this French team as they play the ball out the back, attack down this right hand side. That's good counter-attack from France. Georgia working really hard to hold on to the ball though. Done really well there. Unfortunately, Le Flamand come in from the side there, and we see Georgia sneaking through and going over for a try.
Indeed we do. Zurab Disnladze with the try. That levels up the match at 5 points to 5, and a conversion still to come.
Yeah, Georgia got themselves in a good position there, winning the penalty, being able to open up the field to make France make a decision where their defenders are going to go, and through just power and speed managed to get through the gap, drive over for a score. So let's see if they can put a good high one on here and get underneath it, challenge the French in the air.
And that's exactly what they try, Andy. They go high in the sky and they challenge the French. You don't have to be coaching the boys, are you? Anyway, it was knocked on from France. Georgia will have the scrum as they were unable to regather that cleanly. But terrific kick-off. And it's put them in a great position after they've just taken a narrow lead. Exciting first half. Just 1.5 minutes left to play before the players get a short breather. Picking up off the back of the scrum and throwing the pass behind the dummy runner and looking to attack those wide channels. French defence wide awake for that one. Big long looping pass out to the wing. But once more, France up to the challenge, just picking them up off the ground. They'll be looking to hold them there and close that ball off and prevent them from recycling, but they penalise. And Georgia just keep this pressure ticking over. Phase after phase, scenario after scenario. "30 seconds left to play. And Georgia would dearly love to go into half-time with another 7 points on the board. Oh, good footwork, just evading one, evading two. But the French really staying tight in defence, working hard to keep together, to group in, shutting the door as soon as they distribute. That is the opportunity on the wing though. Going in for try number 2 for Georgia and extending their lead against France. Ali Begashvili with the 5-pointer.
Yeah, you said it there, Ian, that the French were really good there. The defence was very good on the tight area. They were pushing up, they were pressurising. We saw Georgia throw a really flat, a really loopy pass earlier, but this time when it hit the winger for the score, it was a lot flatter to give him that opportunity to run on, and those inside defenders for France couldn't turn and get back to chase them. A well-deserved try after some really good hard work and some really good possession by Georgia.
Yeah, this could be quite an upset if Georgia would come away with it. They had a fantastic group stage in Hamburg, and they were slightly disappointed then that they didn't go further. So maybe getting rewarded this weekend. I'd love to see it happen. Absolute gentlemen, these Georgians.
I think you're just trying to get another bottle of wine out of them, Ian. That was very good of them last time to set that bottle of wine in front of us, and that helped them get a couple of interviews from us, which can promote the Georgian team there. But if any other teams are out there and they want to give us a bottle of wine, we're more than happy to take some bribes, that's for sure,
exactly.
in liquid form.
I don't know who got their hands on that bottle last time, actually.
I think we'll just keep that one quiet as we get ready for the second half. The officials have their little chin wag in there, a little discussion about the rights and the wrongs of the game, what laws should be changed, what laws they love. As I look down, and unfortunately I see one of the players with budgie smugglers on walking by. It's not exactly what I wanted to see in front of me.
And that's one of the Czech lads, isn't it? I remember them doing that a couple of years ago in Hamburg when the sun was shining. All of them up in the stands when they would be knocked out of the tournament in their budgies. It's not what you want to see, Andy, but there might be some people here that are very happy.
Each to their own, Ian. Let's get back to the rugby. I'm looking forward to this. You mentioned an upset for Georgia, but would it actually be an upset? I mean, they are a good team, as you said. Their last tournament, they did really well in the group stages. France also did really well. I mean, on paper, possibly France are the better team. However, when it comes to actual play, the Georgians are doing really well at the moment. They did really well in Hamburg in the group stages. They just, unfortunately, couldn't, due to other reasons, they couldn't get out of that the position that they were in, and France were good enough to go on, but are they good enough to win this one? The next 7 minutes will tell us that.
Yeah, and without Matiashvili and Modibadze, they're missing a couple of big lads, so it's a really, really impressive performance here. Power to them, and off they go.
Yeah, maybe that shows the strength and depth of the actual squad as well, not just the fact that they are a team or a 13, 14, 15 man squad. They're actually a 20, 22 man squad, so they can bring players in that are just as good or close to being as good and can certainly make the difference to the team. But unfortunately have given away a penalty, which will give France the opportunity to attack them at speed.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen the last of this contest by any means. I'm sure the lead will change hands once more at some point. The French will not just be lying down and accepting this, but what they're going to have to accept is a Georgian scrum.
Yeah, unfortunately on that occasion, Materon was lying down and knocked the ball on, but that was good pressure from the Georgian defence. A good tackle went in, and then the second man came in at speed, and as Materon tried to set that back, he just knocked it on with his hand because his second support player wasn't there quite quick enough, as Georgia get to run from a scrum here and move the ball into the midfield. Are they going to be quick enough to get to the breakdown? They are on this occasion, and they move it away to the far 15-metre channels.
Yeah, that's a good wee grubber kick through, just turning the French defence. Unfortunately, it trickles over the touchline. But Georgia with real energy here, Andy.
Yeah, it's not a bad little kick. He was quite isolated there and moving at pace, but I think it was it Pares that was shadowing him on the way back, and it's not a man that's short on speed, so very difficult to get him, but the ball just bounced up and out. But still, for Georgia, it's a good possession in the French 22. French have to launch something from this area and go all the way if they want to make a difference in this game at this particular point in time. As we see a couple of running repairs coming on from the physios and water boys. Well, that's a good line out from France as they move it into the middle of the field and inject some speed. And once again, moving it away from the contact area, hitting into these wide channels. Oh, what a lovely little sidestep. Has he got the speed to go the whole way? It looks as if Boss Morgan can go in there. He has got the speed. Oh, he throws a lovely long pass into under the post. They want to be under the post for the score here. And that's Materon receiving the pass and dotting it down under the post. Lovely play from France.
Yeah, and fantastic awareness just of the scenario as well, to throw that inside pass, to appreciate that those 2 points are important. It was 5 points to 12 at the point he threw that pass, and just realising that was just smart.
Not only was it smart, it was brave as well. When you get over that line, you can, if you're a coach and you see that happening, you could be squealing as loud as you want. You don't want to see them drop it, but they had the confidence, they had the panache, the French flair, and the ability to do it. So well played to France as they level this game. 12-12 and 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, we're all level here. And France with a lovely kick-off, unfortunately unable to gather it cleanly. That seemed like a perfect opportunity. This game's all just gone a little bit nuts, Andy.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a little knock on there by France. I mean, what I did like there, that Kera Karaba tackled one of the Georgian players. It could quite easily have been a tip tackle, but he held on to him, didn't allow him to drop down, and safety first, so well played. A good sportsmanship there, even though the Georgian was still complaining that he did get tipped upside down. However, he safely put him back down. Word of the law is that that's absolutely fine, and unfortunately Georgia giving away their advantage of a scrum by just a silly infringement there at scrum time. As we see Pares moving it from side to side, trying to open up some gaps in the defence. That's a lovely little show and go there. And Georgia get the turnover. Great little tap tackle from Mondina. as he was the one that did the show and go, just redeemed himself. But Georgia still have the ball. They're still moving it.
Oh, going the long way round this time, Andy. So I didn't want to interrupt you. I just couldn't believe the route he was taking. And French need to be a little bit careful. They're tipping legs and trying to rile these Georgians. And the Georgians are reacting, so they'll need to be careful too. It's okay that things get a little bit heated, but there are boundaries to a referee's patience.
Yeah, a bit of passion being shown there. Everyone just getting pushed around a little bit. Nothing to get too worried about, I don't think. They'll be shaking hands. Before you know it, they'll be having a beer at the bar on Sunday. So, but it's a great game at the moment, Ian. I have to say it's backwards and forwards. You've got two teams really making an effort here. Although the referee has decided he's having none of it, and he's yellow carding both of them.
And I'm not surprised, because if you don't set a precedent early in the tournament, then these are the kind of things that can just start repeating themselves, taking up time, slowing down play. And so quite right. Oh, and the second one for the reaction. So Georgia are now down to 5 players for 2 minutes. You've got a game level at 12 points each. 2 minutes left to play, if that. And you get 2 players sent off. Did the French player get a yellow card as well?
Yeah,
are we looking at 6-5?
Yeah, Mignot got Sinbend there. He got Sinbend, and as did Archvadje and Ali Begashvili. So, yeah, 3 pairs off. I mean, yeah, I'm interested to speak to the referee and what his thoughts were on that, because you're right in what you say. You've got to stamp a bit of authority on it. Was there that much in it? That's the question I'll be having for the referee, and love to hear what they've got to say. I love the discussions about the laws of the game and what their thoughts are.
Absolutely, and he'll have his reason. They always do. They have the protocols, they have the procedures that they go through, and in the background I'm sure Rugby Europe will be looking into what happened as well, and they'll be doing their job regarding things. So
yeah, we spoke to the sighting officers in Hamburg, if you remember, and we were discussing there was only one incident in the whole tournament, which was good to see. That was only one in a large tournament like that. But they've looked at the videos. They go through everything. They do their protocols, and I'm sure they'll come out with the right answers. But on that occasion, I don't think there's anything to worry about that was malicious in any way. Just a couple of boys having a little bit of fun with each other, as we see France driving down to the ground and giving Georgia the ball back. 5-man Georgia. They'll want to slow this game down as much as they can, I would suspect. Not going to be easy to try and score with 5 men. This could be a rolling maul.
Yeah, it's all going to be a little bit nutty here, and we'll see some tactics maybe being employed that you don't always see in a sevens game, simply because of the fact they're down to 5 players. And taking that penalty quickly, this is a real opportunity to break away and score the try that could win this game. There's 45 seconds left on the clock, and once again it's a penalty for Georgia. The referee taking absolutely no nonsense in this fixture, and quite right too.
Yeah, 2 quick penalties in a row. That's if I was the Georgian captain there, I'd be asking the question. 2 penalties, slowing it down. Better be careful here, France, to give another one away, and it's possible yellows, but this is going to be a tight game here. Have they got the power to drive from the 22 over the French line? I'm not so sure they do.
I mean, we are still in the group stages, so it can end as a draw, but neither team will want that. We have 5 seconds left, and that is the moment that Georgia seal the deal. They break through with only 2 seconds left to be played. The hooter sounds, and the Georgians will be delighted. They've gone down to 5 players and still managed to come away with the victory in this pool game against France. France second place in the total tournament standings, in the championship standings, after getting a runners-up medal in Hamburg. This is a big scalp for Georgia.
As you said, it is a good scalp, especially with 5 men, 5 against 6. What a way to finish a game. And it was Disnlatje I can't pronounce that one, I'm very sorry, but we see the Georgian team running on, quite rightly so. 5-man Georgia against a 6-man France. That's a great win for them to come away with a 17-12 win. France will be disappointed. A little bit to work on with their management. Were just sat in front of us, heads shaking. But well played. That just shows tenacity, doesn't it? That's just a work ethic and a great score to go over in the corner to win that game. Well played, Georgia, as we will move on quite quickly again to the next game, which will be Spain v Poland.
Da, ti imaš šater off, tam sam njemu isto smaknuo šater. 2:0, njemu je na 3. Njemu je
poznati ovaj stadion, ovim reflektom.
Po tome da je loše.
Tu se igrala prva liga, ja da uslikava, pa kurac. Ono stavi na tisućinku, ono kur ne mogu slike.
Da.
Next up, Poland versus Spain.
So as we come back to the match, it's Spain against Poland. Spain on our left side, playing left to right. Poland in their traditional white strips here. Spain in the red. With the kickoff, nice bit of height in it, good chase. However, Poland come away with the ball after it pinballing around, setting themselves into position. But Spain caught offside. Poland go quickly, attacking the retreating defenders and getting across into the Spanish half straight away in this game. 20 seconds in and they're crossing that line, breaking down the right hand side. Take a bit of contact, slow it down. That's good defence from Spain. They've managed to steal that ball as they move it away from the contact area. Great bit of pace, but not so much accuracy. Some lovely little bit of handling there from Cervilla as Spain take it into contact, and once again another turnover. This ball is turning over left and right. Poland have the ball, need to get a little bit of depth on it. They change direction. And once again there's another turnover back into Spanish hands. And we see them breaking up there through Romero Basco. Moving the ball back to the far side there. That's better, getting a bit more structure in. Moving it into the channels, 15-metre lines and 5-metre lines. Showing what pace they've got as they go down the outside. Running away with it. Lovely little score. And that looks like it was Canepa Mendo who's gone under the post for the first score. He's not touched it down yet, making the Polish player run back as he touches it down under the post. 5-0 up to Spain. Kick to come under the post here.
Spain, number 7,
And Lopez de Haro used to putting the 2 points over to put Spain up 7-0 after 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Great little break down the outside there. Started to get their structure back, moved the ball into the outside channels, and just pace got there as they attack that same side once more. Poland working hard in defence. They chase down Kargiamena. And there's the try scorer once again. there on hand to pick that ball up. And that's the second one in 30 seconds for Canepa Mendo. Great work down there. That left-hand side giving them some good purchase at the moment. Moving the ball quickly. Hands out in front. Not having to reach back for it, so they don't have to change their speed. It's a great start for Spain. 14-0 up after 3 minutes of this game. As it starts to get darker here in Split. As we play under floodlights. A slight change from the morning when it was bright sunshine, and that's another good kick. It's gone 10. The referee says it's gone 10. Once again, Spain get the ball. It's a little pick up and drive. Poland are in there quickly, but not quite quick enough. As Spain go back to that left hand side, that's just given them those 2 opportunities for tries. And that's Carrier Mena again. Great bit of speed from him and power to then open up on this far right hand side. Lovely little sidestep, taking it back inside for Perez Sevilla. Little out the back pass. And there's a try scorer. Once again getting his hands on the ball, piling up. Then it could be a hat-trick for him. I think it's going to be. Certain is. It's Noah Canepa Mendo. 3 scores in 4 minutes. He'll be a happy boy, that's for sure.
Scored by number 7, Noah Canepa Mendo, the 3rd try for Spain.
Great bit of play there. He's just come off his wing there. That's the great little bit of work for him to see the gap, pounce on it, and then go straight through the middle under the post once more to make the kick nice and easy for Lopez de Haro Yuste to put the 2 points over, and 21 points to 0 for Spain. 4 minutes and 50 seconds gone. Once again, let's see if Spain can put that lovely high kick up again. They were right on the 10-metre line the last time with a great chase and managed to get the turnover. Poland couldn't get that ball back. This time he comes to the right hand side a little bit longer. Poland managed to secure the ball this time. They set the ball up just nicely. Moving it into the middle of the field, taking some contact. A little bit slow to get to the breakdown, and good counter ruck by Spain. It looks like they could be in there. They have done, they've turned it over once more. Can't be a 4th try for this man, surely. But unfortunately the pass doesn't go to hand. A little bit forward. It'll be scrum time. Poland ball. Interesting start to the game. The first couple of minutes really didn't know what was going on. The ball exchanged hands 4, 5, 6 times. Now Spain got into a bit of a rhythm, moving it down the outside. The hat-trick here from Canepa Mendo. Poland starting to come back into the game a little bit, getting their hands on the ball at last. But on this occasion just slipped there. So it's a penalty, or a free kick against them, sorry. As they move it out to the try scorer. He's in for 4. My goodness, that's a good day out for Noah Canepa Mendo. I don't think he could have believed that if you had told him he was going to get 4 tries in the game, never mind 4 tries in the first half. I think he would have bit your hand off, but once again, some really good handling from Spain, moving that ball into the wide channels, having a go at this Polish defence, really stretching them, and the power and pace of Canepa Mendo gets him over for his 4th try.
Spain 26, Poland.
Just enough time for the kick-off then, as we hear the half-time hooter going. Is there enough time for a 5th try for Canepa Mendo? Let's wait and see. Poland again dealing with the kick-off a lot better than the first time. But then Spain infringing, are coming in at the side, and Poland going quickly. Another little infringement by Spain. Just a couple of silly little errors creeping in. They need to be careful. Poland just need to get a little grip on this game, get a little bit of go forward, get some control of the ball, but great defence from Spain once more, not allowing them to get through. Little grubber chip and chase, not quite accurate enough, and I think we'll hear the half-time whistle go from referee Dan Evans saying that's enough for just now. Almost 1 minute extra. And I'm sure Spain will go into this feeling quite happy, quite confident. So hydration has been had. No adverts there, sorry, we're not at the Football World Cup on this occasion. We're here in Split, Croatia, watching as much sport as possible. We don't need the adverts. Players have had their hydration. Coaches have given their team talks. Physios have performed their stretches and rub downs and tapings that were required, and Poland get the second half underway. It's a good kick. It's a great take though from Spain with a lovely left to get him high as the ball goes out to the wide channels. All the passes out in front. That's some lovely passing, good technical play and quick ruck. Unfortunately the hands just slipping a little bit there. Romero Basco, but he's recovered it and they've set it up and off they go again. Once again, moving it into the wide channels, really trying to stretch this Polish defence. Poland with a very slightly high tackle, referee Dan Evans says on that occasion. And once again, Spain moving the ball, showing their pace and their ability to pass at speed. Look how quickly they recycle the ball, not giving Poland much time to get their defence, as this one goes very wide here, just too far. There was no way that Daboy Baravi was going to get his hands on that one, as it rolls into touch for a Poland line-out. We still see the flag blowing in the wind. It's not as strong as it was earlier, but they still need to be accurate with these throws. As we see a couple of changes. It's a big beast of a man coming on for Spain. Ermakov, I think it is, coming on. He's about 3 metres tall by the looks of him and 3 metres wide. Spain win that line out. And once again, all the speed and the footwork. Really good there, but they've still got that ability to move it out wide, get it away from trouble. That's a beautiful little sidestep. And then acceleration through. But what a chase back. Really good work from Poland. They've got the turnover on their own try line. Unfortunately, they have thrown the ball forward. Really good work there from Bogus. However, his execution of the pass not quite as accurate as he would have liked it, as he's thrown it forward to give the ball back to Spain. But what a great chase back. Nice break in the first instance from Daboy Baravi. But what a chase back. Showing that Poland are not going to give up. They're going to keep playing, even though they're sitting 26 points behind at the moment. As we see a couple of changes. Couple of changes coming on for Poland. However, Spain are in a great attacking position, with two men on the right side, one on the left, and it's there put in at the scrum in the middle of the field. They come back to the left hand side, bring the second man round. Good defence from Poland, not allowing them to drive over, but unfortunately couldn't get him to ground. And we see Rokaris Mulas driving his legs over with a little help from his friends to dot the ball down to make it 31 points to 0 for Spain. And the 2 points nicely kicked over by Javier Lopez de Haro Yuste. Lovely little kick. Even into the breeze, he's done a great job. So 33-0, 3 minutes gone, 4 minutes to play in this match. Spain will be looking to see if they can get some height on this ball and get underneath it for a good chase, and there's certainly height in it. Just gone a little bit too far on this occasion. Pastukov, great little take. Ball's been set up as they move it now, the Polish team into the wider channels. That's a bit more of the accuracy we like to see from Poland. Oh, that ball looked a little bit forward, and sure enough, the whistle goes. A little bit too obvious there. It was a great running line with some great speed, but unfortunately the pass was just given too late. And that hands possession back over to Spain, and once again a very strong possession. This time going the opposite way and loading the left side with 2 players and the right side with 1. Still giving them lots of options as they bring it back to the left side. Lovely bit of footwork. Great bit of defence, not quite good enough there.
Hit the floor on this side.
And over for the points goes Tokero Yara. Now that just takes us up to 38 points to 0. I think we'll be clear to see, be fair to say that Spain are going to run out victors in this game. With just over 2 minutes to go. Unlucky there from Lopez de Haro Yuste. Just that ball just coming off the outside of his foot and drifting off the right a little bit. It's all gone a little bit flat for Poland here. They've not quite stepped up to the mark like we hoped that they would. Well, Spain put them under a lot of pressure. That's a great kick, and they've managed to win the ball back from the kick-off. Get it away from the middle of the field. Move it to the outside. Good speed to the breakdown as they go into the 15-metre channels now. Some great little break up the right-hand side there as they bring it back to the left with these long, flat passes. Put it into the hands of Ermakov. He's a big unit, as we've said, but well dealt with on this occasion. However, leaving a little gap on the outside there. Lovely little breakthrough. So Tokera Yara then handing it off to Romero Basco for another score. Spain taking it up to 43 points to 0. Great little bit of vision there from Tokera Yara just up the left hand side. Very short side, only a metre to work in. The tackle came in from Poland, but he had the ability and the vision to see on the inside there. He had a supporting player, left-handed pass to Thiago Romero Basco, who went in for the score, and unfortunately conversion not good on this occasion. But lovely kickoffs. Let's see if we can have another kickoff from Lopez de Haro. Been putting some good ones in so far, but on this occasion, have we not quite gone 10? So Poland will get the opportunity, probably the last play of the game, to see if they can put a score on the board against this strong Spanish team. Set play, this is something from the training ground. Chops and changes, one way, goes the other way. Has a little dart himself. Support players got there, nice and quick. Can they play the ball away quickly? And it's a little chip and chase through. Is it going to bounce up for him? Not on this occasion. And Ermakov decides that's enough. 43 points is enough for today's work. Kick the ball out the park. Get a bit of more hydration. Rest, recover, get ready for tomorrow. Well done to Spain on that one. And our last match of the day coming up will be Germany against Great Britain. We'll be back for that one in just one moment.
So, and we are back to the action here. I'm joining Andy again on his right hand side, going through the play on this game. We see now the squad for Germany. They were victorious in Hamburg. Great Britain having a disappointing tournament there, but they've turned up with a much different spirit amongst the squad here, and boosted by a couple of big hitters, big players like Finlay Lloyd-Gilmore, Freddie Owsley, or the young man Kildun. So this has got a promising victory, a promising fixture to end the day with. Great Britain in their light blue kit we see now in picture. They'll be playing from right to left. And the referee who's just asking for a ball is Mathieu Lozano of France. Germany playing in their home grey and black kit from left to right. It'll be Eichholz, Cedric Eichholz, to get us underway with the kickoff. What are your thoughts going into this game, Andy?
Yeah, GB have started the tournament this time on a much more positive note than they did in Hamburg, and I think this could be a good game. I think this is worthy of a final almost if both teams play to their potential, because we know what Germany have got. They played really well in the first game with a relatively easy win against Poland. Great Britain had to come up against that Spanish team who were also really good, but they were just getting into their stride. So it'll be interesting to see how they compete against a much stronger team now. But it is a bit of a group of death there, isn't it, with three strong teams. And there's, as you said to me earlier, Ian, there is the potential that all three of those teams do go through to the cup competition, as we see GB moving the ball away from contact. And then a hard running line right up the middle.
Yeah, and they're off here down the right hand side. Hufnagel getting in over that ball well, but he's penalised by the referee, as his supporting player did not roll on time. Great Britain with an opportunity just to breathe. They've had a positive start after that kick-off. They fielded well and mount the first attack. Rowan Frostwick. Good running lines there, good patterns. Isolating the outside players of Germany. And once more going down the left hand side, Amakwedi getting a good position over that ball, and he does turn up with it, so we know his try scoring ability, showing his worth on the other side of the ball on that occasion. Hufnagel stepping and just slowing things down, controlling the situation slightly, using his experience. Germany distributing well. approaching the halfway line now, going through the phases, not forcing anything at this stage. They are now into the British half. And a big carry in the middle of the park. Well recycled by Ellerman, back to the left hand side. Gleitze with a fend, beating 2, dragged down by the 3rd. Cedric Eichholz with the missed pass out to Amakwedi, the man with all the pace. He goes in for the collision this time and comes off second best. Great Britain with the ball.
Yeah, that was great defence there from GB, wasn't it? Lovely cover tackle. I didn't see who it was. It was Kildun maybe. But the great play. But this game has been played physically and at pace as well. So both teams definitely looking to play some rugby here. Some good skills on show at the moment. Let's hope they can keep this up for the full 14 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be good to see how it progresses. It's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. 0-0 on the scoreboard. Almost 3 minutes of play. Germany with a great opportunity here though through the penalty in the opposition 22. And Cedric Eichholz just slows things down for a second, gives his teammates the opportunity to breathe and compose themselves. And the scrum is chosen.
Let's go. Crouch. Bind. Set.
German scrum with pressure coming on the left hand side from Great Britain, but it wasn't legal, so Eichholz tapping and attacking through the middle, looking to get that ball away, but does well just to hold on under the pressure before Frostwick, the wee man, getting his hands on that and jackling for all his life.
Yeah, that was great defence there from Frostwick. Just got his hands over the top of that ruck and onto the ball, and then got emptied out, but he had his hands on it first and foremost, and a well-deserved turnover by him as he goes to kick this out the park here and try and get the line out. Not very far because of that wind. It's just about the 22, but it just slows things, gives them a little bit of respite there. They can regather themselves a little bit, recoup, as this line out's about to come in.
Yeah, interesting tactic there. They've gone for the line out rather than the midfield scrum. They clearly felt they were under pressure, so close to their try line. But as you say, Andy, it's not cleared the lines by much. They're on their own 22 still. Line out goes well, but they'll need to make some progress up the park. I think that's Kildun with the footwork, finding the outside, stretching his legs, showing some pace, showing real pace, beating another defender and challenging Eichholz. Eichholz does get him into touch, but now it'll be the other way round, roles reversed, Germany with a line out on their 22.
So that just goes to show that was a good decision to go to touch, wasn't it? They managed to get from their 22 to the far 22, but great cover tackle by Eichholz there. He just waited and picked his moment to manage to tackle him into touch, so they also get the line out and then try and move the ball wide, as we see Felix Hufnagel taking the ball into contact there, but GB not rolling away and giving Germany a bit of an easy out. This might be a big kick down from Hufnagel just to clear their lines.
Yeah, he's got a terrific boot, doesn't he? He takes drop kicks, or the conversions at least, and he struck that one beautifully, judging his angle well, and into the British half.
Yeah, that's just settled them down a little bit, giving Germany a bit of possession in a good, strong position where they can mount an attack, win this line out. Bit scrappy, but they got there. Moving it to the midfield and then out to the wide channel once again.
Oh, and Gleitze getting hit heavily in the midfield there. Under close attention from the British defence, and they do turn him over. Opportunity to attack here. It's still a stalemate, 0-0 on the scoreboard. 30 seconds left to play in this half, and Britain have the penalty. They tap and go. Move the ball to the left. That's Frostwick with some space. Taking on File. Oh, and File just gets set onto his heels. And Frostwick, with all the tricks of the trade, gets in for the first try of the last game of day one.
Yeah, that was really well done by Frosty there. Frostwick. He just stood up. Did we say it was Visa, sorry?
File.
File, was it? Benedict File there. Just stood him up a little bit. Made it look like he was going to step inside and has enough pace to go on the outside and put the kick over as well from the 5 metre line. Great work from GB as a whole there. We saw Charlie Shield, ex of Edinburgh there, had the joys of playing against his father many an occasion, Graham Shield, Melrose man. But Charlie going quickly there, moving the ball out into the wide channels and giving Frostwick the opportunity to have a go at the German defence, and sure enough he had a go this time. So GB definitely coming out strong in this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, coming out strong, and it is Frosty that gets the reward with the 5 points and converting his own score. And what a funny little character he is as well. We saw him swearing and apologising profusely in Hamburg, and he's always got a wee joke on his lips as well, and a real energy bundle and a lovely lad.
Yeah, he did. We did have the microphones there in the huddles at the team talks, and he's very much a lead man in those team talks, and he did say that his parents were listening in as he dropped a few swear words in and came up to us to apologise because his parents would be listening, and he'd been told to calm down by them on day 2. So yeah, great character but also a great player, gets himself in good position. He's always around that ball, he's a leader, and you can see he's leading today. He's also the kicker as well, so definitely a main player within this squad, leading them to the 7-0 lead against the Hamburg champions, which is a good start from them as we now go into second half with GB having the win behind them. Germany are going to have to pull something out of the bag here.
Absolutely they will, Andy, and it'll be interesting to see how they react to that. There's a lot to still be played for here. There's only one try. Eichholz. And Germany recycle that well from the kickoff. Ellermann going for one of his power carries. Hoofnagel this time looking confrontational as he catches. Oh, but that pass, maybe Amakwedi just overran it slightly, maybe just a little bit keen to get into that gap.
Yeah, McQuarrie just looked a little flat there. I think Hoofnagel was expecting him to be a little bit deeper so he could run onto it, because he has got enough pace, that's for sure. He's probably the fastest in the tournament, if we're honest, once he gets the opportunity. However, GB get the ball now, moving it into these wider channels once again.
Yeah, that was cool done there again. He's having a good tournament, and Lloyd Gilmore with the work in the breakdown. That wraparound not quite working, so Frostwick coming under pressure from Ben Ellermann. And the referee just says, keep it down, Ben. That was slightly high, so Germany penalising on the back foot.
Yeah, that's a good steal that time. I think it was Ellermann who's gone back to win that one. Got his hands on the ball really good. After that, he gave away that penalty. It's a bit unlucky, everyone was slipping down. It wasn't I would say there's no malice in it, but it's still a penalty. GB going quickly, but Ellermann getting back to his feet, and then second man to the ball and just getting his hands on it in that position. We've seen him in so many times before, and winning Germany the ball back as we see a couple of changes with Chris Umi coming on for Germany and Freddie Owsley coming on as well for GB.
Yeah, so some fresh legs, and they'll look to keep the intensity of this match high and have an impact on this game. I'm not sure where Owsley's contracted at the moment, but he's had stints at Edinburgh as well, so an experienced man, he's been around. Eichholz pick set from the back and has a little dart down the blind side from that scrum. before Ellerman once more looks to hit it up in the midfield. Slightly hesitant this time and not getting much reward. Unorthodox work there from Germany, but they do tidy up that ball as it seems to slip out of the breakdown. Ume looking to draw in some defenders, maybe create some space for someone else. And Hufnagel just with the show and go, driving up. Post-contact meters are good, the support is sound. Gleitzer thought he might see a gap there and opens it up to Eichholz, who finds Ellerman in the wide channels. He has Ume in support. So two of Germany's more physical players working closely together before they whip it back down to this left side. Double miss pass out to File. He straightens, cuts in field. Amakwedi recycling. Gleitzer wide to Eichholz. Eichholz on the outside channels. Very tidy play here from Germany. They're not risking too much. They're attacking with intent, but keeping hold of that ball. Now we do see the pace of Amakwedi as he gets that outside break, keeping the ball alive. Oh, and he's created an opportunity for Gleitzer. So Amakwedi, after having a fairly quiet game, really coming to life there and creating the opportunity, assisting Gleitzer. And Germany through their captain.
Yeah, good score in the end there. I looked on the far side, I saw Ben Ellerman he was struggling to get back on. It looks like he's coming off now. He did get back to his feet and he did make an impact there to save a ruck on the far side. But on this side, yeah, the injection of pace from Amakwedi there was really good. But what I actually liked a lot more was his speed to get that ball away from the ruck that was formed just after he'd made the break on the outside, and he created the 2v1 there to allow Gleitzer to go through there for the score to bring it back to 7-7 with just under 3 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, and Daniel Enneke has taken to the field once more with the number 5 in his back for Germany. He'll look to make a nuisance of himself, and he wins that ball from the kickoff, or gathers it rather, as Ume wins it. Eichholz coming under a bit of pressure, but he deals with it well. Oh, and unfortunately Amakwedi unable to gather that ball. Slight breather here, Andy. It's quite a breathless game being played at quite some pace, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fast game, but I don't know what it is. There's an air about Germany just now that they're not getting into the right positions at the moment. I can't put my finger on it at the moment. It's not like they're making really bad passes. It's not like they're missing tackles. Nothing obvious. There's just an air about them. Maybe their breath's been taken away. They didn't expect GB to be this good, because GB are performing really well at the moment. They're chasing everything down, and they're not allowing the space for Germany that Germany like to play in. So yeah, it's a 50-50 game at the moment, that's for sure.
It is indeed, and Owsley just pins back his ears there then and really attacks the German line, getting isolated slightly, but they do come up with a penalty. And I just wonder, you were mentioning that Germany don't look quite right. I wonder if that's down to the good defensive work of this British setup. Food for thought anyway. Here's Owsley once more, stepping on the inside. Look to have found a bit of space, but Amakwedi and Daniel Enneke wrap him up. Sliding high in the challenge.
Yeah, Germany have got to be a little bit careful here. There's a couple of penalties crept in there. Nothing really malicious. That one was a little bit silly, I'd have to say, rather than malicious. And yes, he was dropping down towards his knees, but they've got to be a bit careful there. Don't want to get on the wrong side of the referee. And as you say, Team GB are playing really well, so they need to be on their toes. As a great line, great bit of power, but good defence from Germany on that occasion. But it goes out once more with the powerful runners on the outside for GB.
Yeah, I think we've just seen Chris Ume fall down in back play. He looks to be seriously hurt as Great Britain break the defensive line, trotting in for try number 2 and extending their lead and the moments of the game.
And Team GB take back the lead. Second try scored scored by number 21, Freddie Owsley.
Yeah, it was Freddie Owsley who got the touchdown, got the try, and it'll be Frosty, Rowan Frostwick, to convert.
Yeah, that was really well played by GB. We've just been talking about them, our Germany not being allowed to play. I think I agree with you on that one up to a point that they are definitely not being allowed to play, but they have the ability. They're just not quite clicking at the moment, whereas GB just there, you saw the connection between players. It looked like a team that had been playing together a long time, which we know they've not. They've not had a lot of time together. They've got a great group of individuals that are starting to work together a little bit more. However, on that occasion it was some lovely little interlinking play to put Owsley through under the posts for the converted try to make it 14 points to 7 for Team GB.
Yeah, and I think we will see another kick-off here. So Germany with the opportunity to level it up, and the good news for Germany fans and for neutrals of the game is that Chris Ume is back up and looking fit. I was slightly worried that might be a bad injury by his initial reaction, but he is moving freely and being replaced, but jogging to the sideline.
Free enough to come off, and I think it's Henry Smead that's come on for him. He doesn't look that free in his running, but Germany need to get this ball if they want to come up to equal points with GB here as we hear the final hooter going.
Enika takes that ball well in the air, jumping with great athleticism. Sinderman making the gain line, just creating some momentum. Germany can work with that as they spread the ball to the right hand side, but once more British defence, they're playing without a sweeper here, and they're able to just shift across and cover that to great effect, not allowing the German attack any space, any opportunities. Maybe they will need to use a kick if Great Britain don't have a sweeper. It's a risky strategy. You don't want to kick it away at this stage of the game. But with that defensive spacing, they're going to find it hard to go through the middle. Sinderman attempts just that. Enika has a look, says no. Oh, and it's a penalty for offside, and that might be the opportunity Germany need. Britain reacting very quickly. Great discipline there to get the 10 metres before Germany even ready to play.
Yeah, GB just a little bit too quick off the mark. They could just see they weren't a long way offside, but they were just, you could see them edging up. They were not wanting this German team to pick and go again, so just the foot went in front of the back foot of their defenders there. But interesting tactic from Germany, around the ruck area, really trying to pick and go. Maybe they've found a weakness there. Maybe they think that they can't go around the outside of this quick GB defence, but makes for an interesting end to the game, that's for sure.
Indeed it does. We have some drama here, and it would be boring if everything went as planned. Gleitze hits it up. Good support from, I believe that's Nikki Koch. It is indeed. Koch is taken to the field. Attacking down the right hand side, Germany moving the ball on to Bella Sinderman. Enika recycles. Gleitze, Hufnagel attacking the line, doing so very well. He's got the offload away to Amakwedi, who's got the pace to get almost under the post, making an easier kick for Felix Hufnagel.
I deal with that. No, please.
The man with a golden boot.
On me.
But I just don't feel that any kick is easy on a day like today.
Yeah, it's a lovely score from Amakwedi there, but well played from Germany to move the ball into that wide channel to give them the opportunity to level this game. As the crowd go a little bit silent for the last kick of the game, and Hufnagel puts it through to make it 14-14 in this last game of the day.
Yeah, and he's got ice in his veins. We saw his quality in Hamburg. He was named player of the tournament, Hufnagel, and it was a fairly easy kick. But like I said, in these conditions, I wouldn't fancy taking it, not with that amount of pressure. He loves the pressure. He's got ice in his veins, and that draw really interesting for Pool A of the men's tournament. just thinking towards tomorrow already, we will have the last block of women's pool games starting at 10 o'clock local time before we see the men's pool games also being concluded, and then the first of the ranking games. It's been a fantastic first day here, Andy, hasn't it? We've seen it all. We might even have picked up a little bit of sunburn here in our oven. But the atmosphere is good.
There's been some good games in there. That was a good way to finish off. You know, it was a 50-50 game, as the points even suggest. 14-all, both teams, strong teams, showing their abilities. That's a great group, that one. It'll be interesting to see. That might be interesting to see if all three teams get out of there, the three top teams, that is. But yeah, we've had a good day here. Lots of stuff going on in Split. Lots to look forward to tomorrow. Second day, as you said, final group games. Then we start on to the ranking games as well, as the stadium announcers are talking about all the parties that are going on later on for the crowds, and I'm sure that they will go on into the small hours of the morning. But these TV commentators, I think, will be having a little bit of a hydration break and taking it easy in preparation for a long day tomorrow in the sun.
Yeah, it will. It'll be a long day in the sun, but day two is always really exciting. That's when you start to see who is really pushing through this weekend, who's targeting what spots, and who's got the potential to really go there. And in this, in the dying moments of the day, we say goodbye. Like you said, Andy, it'll be a long enough day tomorrow. Time to rehydrate. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Enough with the talk. We need some energy, we need some music, we need some lights. And we're going to remember this weekend exactly how it's going to be right now.